Hello. Okay, welcome to Devar and Father's Car. This is for the fifth Sunday of Lent. And in our gospel reading this coming Sunday is a very powerful scene. It's the scene of the woman who is caught in the act of adultery, who is brought before Jesus. And so the scribes and the Pharisees, who have really dragged this woman there to be publicly disgraced, say, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the very act of committing adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women." This is coming from the book of Leviticus, where it says, "Both the adulterer and the adulteress must be put to death." And so they say to Jesus, "Now what do you say?" Of course, they want to test him. They want to catch him. They want to show that he's not truly following the commandments of God. And so it says here, Jesus bent down and wrote with his finger in the ground. But then Jesus does something remarkable. The scriptures say he straightens up and he says to the mob, to this group, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." And so this becomes a very tense moment because obviously this woman has been caught committing a grave sin, punishable by death. And here is Jesus saying, well, if you're without sin, then throw the stone. And of course, if we're honest, none of us is without sin. But I could just see the resentment, because they're probably thinking, well, I would never stoop to that level. I've never committed adultery. I may have gossiped. I may have, minor things. But that's not the point. The point is Jesus, in this very tense moment, is basically saying, put your rock down. Judge yourself before you judge others. And so Jesus chooses, in this case, not to condemn. His approach respects the dignity of the human being. And I think whenever we're dealing with somebody who's done something wrong or who's offended us in some profound way, we have to always remember the dignity of the human person. And that's what Jesus does. He raises up our human dignity. He acknowledges that we are sinners. He acknowledges that this woman has committed a sin, because when everybody leaves, he says, your sin is forgiven, go and sin no more. In other words, don't do this again, otherwise this is going to end up happening again. But he raises the dignity of her, and he invites her, he calls her to holiness. And that's a call for all of us. So we see in this scenario that every single person is given the opportunity to repent, to change, and to come closer to God. Please join us this coming Sunday at 11 a.m. or Saturday at 4:30 or via our live stream for our Sunday Mass. In the meantime and in between time, have a good day.